Hi, thanks for gardening with me. I'm Melissa, and today I'm going to be working in the vegetable garden. I get out here probably on a daily basis, and I pick weeds here and there as I go. I really like to stay on top of that, and today I'm going to be digging in a little deeper, probably removing some of the spent plants, checking for anything that's dead or diseased or anything that may need pest control or things like that. I did pick a bunch of spinach the other day and took the ones that I had bolted over to a family friend to give to her chickens, so that was really nice that they got to go to good use. But today I'm going to get in here. My zucchini is doing so well that it's kind of crowding out my tomatoes and my cucumbers, so I think I may end up pulling one of those, which is really going to be hard to do. But I planted them by seed, and I have an issue with that because when I plant things by seed, I have a hard time. Like, I'll plant 2 or 3 per mound, and I have a hard time cutting out the extra ones because you only really want one per mound to come up. And I always have a hard time cutting away the plants that are perfectly good, and then I end up with a crowd situation like I have now. So I've got to go in there and give that some attention. So today what I think I'm going to do is just set the camera up and let you see me in action, what I do in the vegetable garden, instead of explaining it all as I go along. And if you have any questions, please comment below and let me know. Thank you so much.
So here are the tomato plants. I don't know if you remember a couple weeks ago seeing them and how much they've grown. They've grown so much. This is the season where they really put on a lot of growth. And you can see I have quite a few tomatoes on a lot of them. This is my little cherry tomato plant, and it's doing really well. But as you can see back here, it's kind of getting crowded out by this zucchini plant. And although it breaks my heart, I think I'm going to have to take one of those zucchini plants out. I have quite a few of them in here, and they're just a little too crowded. And behind this, I have my cucumber, and they're just not getting enough sunlight. So I'm going to sacrifice one of the zucchini plants to save a tomato plant and all of my cucumber plants back there. I also need to pull a couple weeds that I have here and there. I'm probably going to trim up a couple more branches on the tomato plants, and I will let you see what that looks like.
These are my beets, and up until a couple years ago I thought that I didn't like beets, and that's only because I had tried canned beets and they were really gross. How I love to eat these is to eat them fresh. I just peel them like you do a carrot and cut them up and put them in a salad. They're so delicious, and beetroot is really, really, really good for you. If you were to research it and see, there are so many health benefits to eating beetroot. They even sell it in a powdered form that you can add to your shakes and things. So to eat a beet every single day would really be good for your health. And they're so easy to grow. So easy to grow. I grew them by seed. And there you go. I'm really bad about thinning out my seeds. I think I've said that before. I have a hard time doing it. I don't know why. I need to get better at that. I just hate pulling up plants that look so healthy. But anyway, here's one of the beetroots. You can see that. And it's just beautiful. And as I said, the health benefits are so good. This is a perfect size. These, not so much. They're a little small. but I can eat them all the same. And then the leaves are also very nutritious for you. You can blend them up into your green drinks. When you plant super thick like this, which I learned this from square foot gardening many years ago, but when you plant super thick like this, it shadows the ground, and so the sunlight doesn't hit the earth, and then you don't have the problem with weeds at all. A nice size one back here. I'll go ahead and take him today. Another really nice one.
And here we have the potatoes, and you can see that they're starting to fade, and that's when you know that they're just about ready to harvest. I like to go in there and cut off the yellow as it's dying, just to make sure to keep any disease away. But it'll get to the point where the whole plant will die back, and that's when you know those potatoes are ready to go. But you can dig in there and get 1 or 2 potatoes out here and there and harvest them, and it's not going to damage the plant. So I may just do that today, but I also have a few other tomato plants over here, and I'll show you. This one, and it's doing quite well. This one doesn't have any dieback yet. So I know that that is not ready to be harvested. And then we have this huge thing over here. So all of that is potato. And the rain, they're so big and so heavy that the rain has made them fall over. But you can see there's some dieback in there. So, which isn't uncommon, that's nothing to worry about. There are a few flies flying around in here, so I am going to go ahead and spray this again with my bug killer, and it's for organic gardening, but what it's doing is making a few holes on the leaves there, and that's why that leaf is turning colors. So we definitely don't want that. And another thing that it will do, if I can find one, is it will curl the leaves. See how that's curled? And it's because there's a little bite in there, and it's making the leaf curl. And that's what it does. It's not too bad. You know, and I kind of pick my battles with the bugs. I don't mind that there are a few of them in there. That just means that I have a nice healthy ecosystem going here. When you have some of the bad bugs, you get some of the good bugs too, which ladybugs are definitely good bugs. They eat aphids and quite a number of things. So if you ever see a ladybug in your garden, do not kill it. Just let it go. But if I were to spray this, then I would be killing the bad bugs as well as the good bugs. So the only thing that really bothers me about this is with it being so heavy and flopped over. It did flop over on top of my sweet potato vines, and they're kind of turning yellow down in there. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I'm going to get down in there and investigate and see if there's a way that I can maybe get those potatoes to stand back up a little bit more. The good thing is the sweet potato vine, it vines, and so it's definitely getting plenty of sun on the rest of the leaves.
These peas, you definitely want to wait and harvest until they're nice and thick and plump. You can harvest them like this and just eat them fresh in salads. But for these, I like to wait for them to get nice and plump, and then I shell them and eat the peas. That is one thing that the grandkids love to do, is to shell peas.
Not sure if you can see him buried down in there, but it's a yellow squash. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest him today. But just look at all the blooms in there. And every single one of them is going to give me a squash. The little baby ones are so cute. Little carrot. Just a baby. But I love to get them when they're little like that. They're so delicious and tender. So there you go. I think I'm finished working in the garden for today. I got a nice lunch for myself right here, and I might even save a couple for Tony. But I was able to take a break and take some beets over to one of my neighbors, who I know that she very much appreciated it. She gave me a lot of terracotta pots that are just absolutely beautiful. She's had some of them for 30 years. So I was very excited to get those. Can't wait to pot some of them up. And kind of messed with my potatoes a little bit. They were laying over top of the sweet potato vines, which they were crowding those out, so they weren't getting any sunlight, and sunlight is key for your vegetable garden. So if you're going to plant a new vegetable garden, make sure that it gets 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day minimum, and everything will really thrive that way. The zucchinis are doing wonderful. I have baby zucchinis all over the place, so I'd say in another week we're going to have quite a few of them, and my friends are going to get blessed with some produce that I bring to them. I'm sure I'll be making zucchini bread. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, hit like, but definitely subscribe so that I can share more videos with you in the future. Thank you so much and have a great day.